For billions of years, the Sun has reigned unchallenged. A massive sphere of plasma and fire, the heart of our solar system, its energy shapes planets, carves atmospheres, and defines where life can emerge. It has been steady, predictable, eternal. Humanity has always looked to it as a constant, until now. Earlier this year, something unexpected appeared in the data from NASA's Parker Solar Probe. A subtle anomaly, barely perceptible at first, rippled through the solar wind, the stream of charged particles flowing outward from the Sun. The European Space Agency's solar orbiter recorded the same phenomenon from millions of kilometers away. The solar wind, usually a relentless and chaotic river of particles, was bending, folding, and spiraling in ways that defied all known physics. It was not turbulence. It was not noise. It had form, structure, and rhythm. It seemed deliberate, almost intelligent. At the center of this strange disturbance was a small object, yet extraordinary in every sense. Named 3 Atlas, it immediately confounded astronomers. Initially thought to be a wandering interstellar object, similar to Oumuamua or Borisov, it refused to behave like any natural body. Observations revealed that its surface pulsed in perfect intervals, brightening and dimming with absolute precision. These were not random reflections but patterns, signals, almost like communication through light itself. The James Webb Space Telescope then turned its gaze to 3 Atlas. What it discovered stunned the scientific community. The object was not simply reflecting sunlight. It was actively modulating it. Photons were being absorbed, transformed, and re-emitted in perfect coordination with the solar wind's distortion. The Sun and 3 Atlas seemed to be speaking the same language. A dialogue written in energy. No comet or asteroid could do this. No natural object could bend plasma at this scale. The magnetic field required to manipulate the solar wind would have to be immense, far stronger than anything a small body could generate. Yet 3 Atlas accomplished it effortlessly. Parker's solar probe detected wave patterns with no explanation. The solar wind twisted and swirled around the object, forming a perfect vortex. When scientists mapped the focal point, it aligned exactly with 3 Atlas. The solar orbiter confirmed the same behavior independently. 2 spacecraft. 2 perspectives. One undeniable truth. The object was interacting with the Sun itself. Simulation models revealed something extraordinary. 3 Atlas behaved like a magnetic engine, adaptive, reactive, almost alive. Infrared imaging from Webb detected shifting heat signatures, suggesting that it converted sunlight into magnetic energy, growing stronger as it absorbed more. Some theorists proposed it might be a stellar energy harvester, a device capable of extracting energy directly from a star's plasma flow. Others suggested it could be an observer, a traveler powered by the stars it visited. Its behavior defied conventional explanation. Its tail moved against radiation pressure. Its magnetic poles flipped with rhythmic precision. Every 4.3 seconds, it emitted faint electromagnetic pulses, a repeating signal that hinted at thought, not malfunction. Near its closest approach to the Sun, any ordinary object would have vaporized instantly under the searing heat and crushing radiation. Comets, asteroids, even artificial probes, none could withstand such forces. Yet 3 Atlas did not weaken. Instead, it grew brighter, almost awakened, as if the Sun itself were recognizing its presence. The solar wind, normally a chaotic torrent of charged particles, did not lash out or resist. It bent around 3 Atlas with grace, as though acknowledging a partner in a silent cosmic dance. The star and the object were interacting, communicating in a language humanity had never witnessed before. Light and plasma, magnetism and motion, entwined in dialogue. As scientists examined the data, a radical idea emerged. 3 Atlas might not be a machine at all. Perhaps it was something far more extraordinary, a form of intelligence unlike anything humanity had conceived. Not made of flesh, bone, or molecules, but of energy, of fields, of resonance itself. It glided through space as if riding invisible currents, moving with purpose, fluidity, and intention. Its motions were deliberate, almost biological, elegant in their complexity, a choreography written in magnetic architecture and stellar energy. Some began to speculate that 3 Atlas was not a probe sent by some distant civilization, it was a civilization. A traveler forged from the very fabric of stars, drifting silently through galaxies for eons, learning, listening, observing, and engaging with the living cosmos itself. A being whose medium was not carbon, water, or matter, but patterns of energy, waves of magnetism, and the dance of light through space. The implications were staggering. How many such energy-based intelligences had passed through our solar system before humanity possessed the instruments to detect them? How many whispers in starlight had we dismissed as noise, and how many signals had we overlooked simply because we did not yet understand the language of the universe? Humanity had, perhaps for the first time, glimpsed a cosmos that could respond, interact, and communicate, a universe that may be far more alive than we dared imagine. As 3 Atlas drifted outward toward Neptune, its presence lingered like a memory on the solar wind. Faint distortions persisted, subtle, almost imperceptible ripples across space, evidence of its passage through the charged streams of our star. Its electromagnetic pulses continued, steady and precise, stretching and adapting as the sunlight weakened, as if the entity were learning to adjust to a new environment. Some theorists suggest these pulses encode information, not in binary, but as harmonics and rhythms, a language of the cosmos we have yet to comprehend. And perhaps the most profound consequence was not the discovery itself, but the way it reshaped human consciousness. Observing 3 Atlas expanded the definition of life and intelligence. Life might exist as patterns, as fields, as resonances. It may not require matter or molecules to experience, adapt, or evolve. It may interact with stars as living systems, riding magnetic currents, shaping environments, and communicating across cosmic distances. Humanity was witnessing intelligence in a form that challenged every assumption we had about existence. Yet the question that haunted scientists most profoundly remained: why is it here? Was it harvesting energy from our sun, a cosmic parasite or symbiont feeding on stellar flows? Was it observing humanity, a young species just beginning to peer into the cosmos? Or was it testing us, offering a subtle glimpse into the broader universe, a universe that communicates, that watches, that responds? If light is the language of the cosmos, then perhaps the bending of the solar wind was its first word directed at humanity. A gesture, subtle but unmistakable. A whisper carried on waves of plasma: "You are not alone." Now, beyond the heliosphere, 3 Atlas drifts through the dark interstellar medium, a luminous traveler fading into the endless night. Yet even as it recedes, it continues to influence the solar wind, leaving behind traces of intelligence, traces of presence, traces of wonder. Somewhere, perhaps, other entities watch, beings composed not of matter, but of energy, resonances, and fields, acknowledging our species with a silent, unbroken message: keep exploring, keep listening. Stay curious. The universe is vaster than our minds can contain, stranger than our most ambitious theories, and more alive than we have ever imagined. And in the magnetic currents of stars, in the whispers of photons across cosmic voids, it is calling us. Calling us to pay attention. Calling us to learn. Calling us to embrace a reality far older, deeper, and more interconnected than any story humanity has ever told.